I'm the number one. I'm the champion. It's so funny, man, how life changes, how cool you can become. I'm the golden Rolex. I'm the red Ferrari. Man, you become what you think about. It's just fantastic.
Some people, not me, might say he must have been thinking about dickheads then.
I love you guys. Regards worldwide.
Okay, quick disclaimer, despite the joke, I do like, in fact love and respect Jeremy as a great YouTuber. I was just kidding. I don't think he's a total dickhead. He's an interesting character. Hello, welcome back to the embarrassment to my family name that is the Mr. Smelly 1977 show. Okay, today I'm going to tell you about 5 red Rolex gold Ferrari. No, red Ferrari gold Rolex fragrances. Okay, this is of course based on something of a catchphrase of Jeremy Fragrance now. He's always talking about how he's the best at what he does, and he's the man with the gold Rolex, the red Ferrari, or indeed he is the gold Rolex, the red Ferrari, the best in its category in his view.
Ich bin der Number One in meiner Disziplin. Number One, golden Rolex, red Ferrari, Jeremy Fragrance.
Okay. Simplistic outlook. Not sure I agree with that outlook on life, but we'll do this anyway. The point is, we're going to talk about amazing fragrances that maybe give you that feeling of being better than everybody else. I don't mind that. That's kind of a fun thought, isn't it? Before we do that, don't forget, if you want to get fragrance samples and you're in America, that's the USA or Canada or Puerto Rico, go to myfragrancesamples.com. Why would you go anywhere else? You'd be insane. There's a link in the description. Great range of fragrances. I really highly recommend this site to you guys. It's excellent. Okay, now we're going to talk about fragrances. Okay, so what are we talking about? Jeremy is often making these references to be the CEO, the guy with the Rolex, the guy with the red Ferrari, or even, he is the embodiment of a red Ferrari, the best sports car, or the most obvious one that you get. Okay, so let's talk about fragrances that put you in that mood. And I'm going to, okay, before we do that, of course, the mentality is a bit flawed, a bit simplistic, more red. I like Ferraris from what little I know of them. I can see it's a fantastically crafted car, I guess. The people who drive them, not all of them, but most of the ones I've ever seen look like douchebags, got to be honest. Gold Rolex, I do kind of like, I've got a steel Rolex, it's not gold. Again, the people who aspire to the showy Rolexes, not always the people I'd want to have a drink with, but okay, we get the idea. These are fragrances to say, I'm number one, I'm a classy act. We're going to do a more classy list, but the title maybe got you to watch. Okay, let's talk about it. Number 1. Jeremy would never mention any of these as his favourites, by the way. These are my taste. Chanel Pour Monsieur EDP, the Eau de Parfum version of this. Okay, so the Eau de Parfum one has lemon, vetiver, sandalwood, nutmeg, maybe lavender, something like that, I think. Probably, yeah, there's okay, so the original Chanel Pour Monsieur 1955 classic eau de toilette, amazing. Doesn't last very long on the skin, it's quite weak. Frankly, this one's not that strong in performance either. It's not all about performance. The point with this one is it's got this very, very grown-up, classy, businessman type of vibe about it, or someone who's made his way in life, doesn't actually need to show off, doesn't really need a red Ferrari or even necessarily a gold Rolex. Maybe a tasteful vintage steel Rolex would be better. You never know. But the point is, this gives off this aura of manly sophistication. It's got beautiful green bitterness mixed with a hint of sweetness. Classic sandalwood note. Is there sandalwood? Well, a woody base note. It smells really, I think it's got sandalwood in it, and it is really, really classy and upscale. It's not the strongest thing you'll ever smell, but it might be one of the classiest designer fragrances out there. Go and get yourself a bottle of Chanel Pour Monsieur and enjoy it. Don't complain about the performance, because I just get really bored. It's like, tell me you're not really a connoisseur of fragrances without telling me you're not really a connoisseur of fragrances. Oh, I like it, but just didn't last on my skin. Well, spray more. What do you expect? Miracles? Okay, moving on. We're going to talk about another classic one here. Another classic smell, okay? This is Fougere, but that was a 2016 release, but it has a classic vibe. Some more modern ones coming. Fougere. Reason this is in the red Ferrari gold Rolex list, not because it's red, because it says, fuck you. It says, fuck you, basically.
I'm the boss. I'm in charge here. If you don't like it, you can fuck off.
It is a very, very old school masculine. It's like Koros on steroids. Vintage Koros mixed with vintage Lapidus Pour Homme. It just says, I'm a man. I smell manly. It's got musk. It's got citruses. It's got warming sweet notes. It's got a lot of these animalic kind of tones, the castor and the civet. and everything but the kitchen sink and note listing. It is soapy, it is warming, a little bit of almost a warming ambery incense undertone mixed in with all these animalic 80s style notes. I think it's a late 80s release. You can still buy it today. Current formula, amazing. Beast mode fragrances. This fragrance, this one really says, F you, I've entered the room, I've just parked my red Ferrari outside, and I am wearing a gold Rolex, and you better just eat that up, baby. Furio, even if you don't have the car or the watch, you can have Fougere. It's about £80. Amazing fragrance, beast mode performance. Manly, eat it. Okay, Sunshine Man, Amouage. Why? What the hell? Classy, tasteful, different, exotic, but not too exotic. Some Amouage is very, very, interlude man, beast mode. I'm not going just up for beast mode here. I'm talking about class. I'm talking about distinguishing yourself from the crowd. Not too many people would gravitate towards this one. Beautiful Immortelle mixed with a touch of brandy and lavender in there. It is really, really classy. It's got a kind of almost a touch of freshness. Lavender is a somewhat fresh scent. It was used by people to ward off the plague when the plague was around, or just the stink of shit if you lived in the Middle Ages or whatever, or the Renaissance era or the Baroque era. Lavender is a strong and refreshing kind of smell, an antidote to bad stinks, isn't it, really? Anyway, moving on. Immortelle is this subtly exotic kind of floral tone, and also we have a beautiful, beautiful kind of hint of brandy, but overall it doesn't really smell boozy. It's very hard to describe, and you can see I've epically failed. Try yourself. Go to myfragrancesamples.com if you're in the USA. Try Sunshine Man. Really nice performance on this one. Very grown up. Definitely says I'm classy and I have good taste. That's what we're trying to do actually with this list, despite the silliness. Most of them not cheapies. Fougere as cheap as anything here, and the Chanel, well, £75. I mean, come on. You can do that. You can stretch to that. Don't overspend, though. Be careful. Be careful, Sunshine. Spice and Wood, Creed. Better than Aventus. More expensive, too. This really says, I have arrived. I want the best of the best. Spice and Wood, fantastic citrus. I get a hint of cinnamon, beautiful vetiver note in there, and a little bit of a crisp apple accord. It's beautiful. It is spicy. It is woody. It's got a hint of cloves, too, but don't worry, not too much. It is so grown up as well. It's timeless. It's not dated. It screams, I have good taste. I'm classy. I'm significantly better than you. Spice and Wood. Get it. Get it. Okay, last but not least, we're going to go for this one. This is a fantastic Scandal from Roja Parfums. Roja the Dodger. This is my only Roja that I own, and that's because I know some people are skeptical about that brand, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But maybe it's overpriced. I don't know. It's really, really classy. This is a little bit based, I think, on classic Dior Eau Sauvage from the 60s, the original formula. It's classed as a Fougere. That one was a citrus aromatic. Anyway, it has a beautiful crisp citrus opening, fantastic melange of floral accords and aromatic herbs and spices, and then rich woods in the base. It's really grown up. It does have a classic old school vibe. If you like your classic Fougeres like Bois de Portugal that I like, it's not quite as dated as that. Timeless elegance, and again, screams to me good taste. In fact, good taste should never be screamed, but spoken softly but with authority, and that's exactly what Scandal does. Nice performance on this one too. Quick bonus one here. I'll throw in some B-roll for fantastic Gravitas Pour Homme, Naughton & Wilson. It is the brand which I founded. Fantastic, amazing aromatic Fougere from John Stephen. Notes include bergamot, fantastic patchouli accord in there, a little bit of vanilla. We've got some oak moss in there and a pepperiness in the middle. It is an incredibly rich, sexy, masculine, manly fragrance, and gravitas means carrying weight or authority. It's exactly the fragrance for this video, but it's my own brand, so I'm putting it as an honorable mention. Gravitas Pour Homme.
It turns into a refined French beauty. This is something that is going into a very, very high quality level. Gravitas Pour Homme, Naughton & Wilson. A great release, very, very brave.
We will be revealing our third fragrance very, very, very soon. I have it right here. In fact, I won't show you the front, but it's here. The bottle's over there. Amazing, amazing. I'll reveal that very soon. That's it, guys. Let me know what you thought of this. If you enjoyed the video, I am slightly different to other people, mainly in the fact that I'm not as good as the other channels, but at least I'm different. At least I'm different to my competitors. Okay, please subscribe, therefore, if you enjoyed what I gave you today. By the way, also, we don't have intros now. They have become outros. Everyone kept skipping the intros. Here's the outro for today. don't forget to check out my regular live streams, Thursday, Vintage Night, and Friday and Saturday, Fragrance Community's leading, arguably, maybe, live stream. And if you're there, remember, if it's worth saying, it's worth super chatting. See you next time, guys. Bye. I call out to the live streaming chat. Guys, can you help me? I've only got tinned food to eat. Please, can you help me? They keep chatting and pretend not to hear. I don't have any guests yet. I really need you to super chat me. Can't you see that I'm desperate? Oh, think twice, 'cause if you super chat me now, that would be very nice. Oh, think twice, 'cause if you super chat me now, some money would be very nice.